What is the authority or power of the debtor in possession to continue to use the assets of the estate in the operations of the business? Okay, this is the core function of the debtor in possession, the reason the debtor in possession is there rather than the trustee, because they need to continue on business operations and they're in the best position to do so. A trustee would not necessarily be, right? So, with that being said, anything in the ordinary course of business, the debtor in possession can use the business assets for that purpose. That includes physical assets and cash. Okay, so they can spend, they can buy, sell, they can rent, employ, anything like that, the property. Now, that may be subject to challenge by creditors of the estate, particularly when the value of their assets securing the creditor's claim against the estate is being impaired. That is, particularly if you were going to sell the asset, right? But also if it's being used in a certain way. So if you're going to sell the asset or it's being impaired in a significant way, the court would have to approve that. And then generally the court would require the debtor to put forward, the debtor in possession to put forward some adequate assurance of payment so that even though the interest of the creditor is being impaired, the secured creditor's collateral is being used, diminished in value or potentially lost. So it's impairing their claim against the estate. They can order adequate assurance, and adequate assurance can be payment of money to the secured creditor to reduce their claim. It could be a secondary lien on other property of the estate. It could be a priming lien on some things, or it could be any other relief that the court deems just and necessary to provide them adequate relief. Now, and to the extent that the creditor has security interest in property that has additional equity in it, that is, the property is worth more than the creditor's claim against the estate, so it's fully secured, the creditor can even receive priority in their attorney's fees or expenses or interest on the debt up to the value of the asset securing their interest. Okay, so this is a really big boon for those secured creditors in that way when you have collateral securing your debt that's worth more than your claim against the estate. Okay, so this is the general authority of the debtor in possession to use assets and the controversy that it can create with